Hi friends, hope you all are doing really good. So off lately I've been getting a lot of requests to make a video on taking up teaching as a career, and I thought, okay, let me throw some light on this topic based on what I have learned in last 8 years of my teaching experience. So the thing is, let me put it like this: the first thing you got to ask yourself is why you want to teach. So there are generally, I think, two answers which you might get to this. Uh, First is because you feel there is easy money in teaching. Okay, so if you feel there is easy money in teaching, let me just share a small, a crisp story about how I uh, had my initial days when I started way back in 2011, how it all started. So 2011 is the year in which I qualified my CA. I was already CS by that time and a graduate from Xavier's College. So I got my, and I was pursuing international CFA, the US one. And I got my first job opportunity in Bangalore, in PwC. I got it. Obviously, I didn't want to work because I directly wanted to go into teaching. It was from my early days in class 12 itself, when I was in class 12. By that time, I already decided I want to get into teaching. So going into the corporate was not at all something I was looking up to, but I had to take up corporate job because I wanted some kind of security financially. Maybe not directly, but I was like compelled by my parents, and they were all correct in their own ways. We all want job security, especially after spending around 5, 6, 7 years of slogging in the CA curriculum and other professional courses, whichever you might be doing right now. So it started with job in PwC Bangalore. But then from day one itself, I was not liking it much. I was struggling over there. I was not able to perform that great because my heart was somewhere else. I was physically present in PwC, but my heart was somewhere else. I was planning, strategizing how I can get into teaching. And this is like way back in 2011, when you had a little less competition, when the markets were not completely saturated, when you did not have faculty for a subject in every corner of a lane. And that is the time when, being new to Bangalore, it was very difficult to convince people on the fact that I can teach, I have good potential, which I genuinely felt I had a great caliber, because I was from class 12 itself, I was preparing myself mentally for that. And even I was always, as a student, focusing on getting good grip of the concepts, because I always knew, I always studied under this fear that what I am studying today, tomorrow I have to share with people out there. And maybe I feel that is one reason why today I am a chartered accountant. I'm being very serious on that. And so I was badly looking for opportunities, and you won't believe, my first opportunity which I got was for teaching costing, which I never wanted to teach, because my idea was to get into finance or taxation. And that too, I only wanted to teach for CA final students. I don't know, but from the beginning it was like that. I want to teach CA final, SFM and DT. But I got IPCC costing, and that too, the first chapter which I had to teach was standard costing. So I was completely like butchered up. And but I didn't say a no, because I wanted to present myself in front of the students, and I had a point to prove that yes, I can teach. So I took up this opportunity. I got paid around 225 rupees per hour, which was not at all something I cared about at that point of time, because all I wanted was an opportunity. And being from a different city altogether, being from Kolkata, getting my job in Bangalore, people hardly knew me. So I had to build up that trust first of all. So it went good for me by God's grace, and I really worked very hard for it. After that, I got one opportunity to teach SFM with one particular institute in Bangalore itself. I got 7 people in that batch, and I had to teach for around 40-45 days. So every morning I have to get up, take my bike, travel 15 kilometers, and then teach those 7 people. Come back for this entire 40-45 days of teaching assignment, which I did. I was supposed to be paid 12,000 rupees. That's it, 12,000. I feel that much is the petrol I burnt on my bike, because I had an Enfield And moreover, when I completed this assignment, I was so happy that, okay, first official batch in collaboration with an institute has got over. And I don't know if you would believe me on this, but this guy took 3 months to pay me those 12,000 bucks. So it was very challenging. But after that, things started picking up for me. I got some good opportunities. I didn't leave any opportunity coming my way. I went to colleges to teach MCOM students. I went to colleges to teach MBA students. I went to colleges to teach BCom students as well, because I just wanted to teach. Within 1.5 years, I figured out that teaching is where I belong to, and I can't work. And I can't do two things together. I can't work in corporate and teach at the same time. For me, it was not working. So I had to give up on my job. Within 1.5 years, I quit my job and I got into teaching. Along with that, now obviously I have my own equity advisory practice, and I have my own training programs on equity. So I'm really happy with whatever I have got. And so I thought this is a really good opportunity, a very good platform to share my experience and to bring to light what opportunities are prevailing in today's context. But a lot of things have changed in last 7 to 8 years. A lot of competition has come in, and you have to keep all those things in mind when you start with teaching. And so let me put it like this: if you feel there is easy money in teaching, I don't think so, because especially if you're teaching for professional courses, you will be tested to the core. And the irony of our profession is that people who come to learn from us are the first ones to test us, whether we are capable of teaching or not. Yes, that is the irony. Students get to test you. So you have to prove yourself in front of the students. You have to win them. You have to win their trust. You have to win their confidence. And which can only happen over a period of time. It can't happen in a day or a fortnight. It takes years to develop that trust and reputation, especially if you're teaching people at CA final level. And so yes, so you have to understand one thing: it will take time. It requires a lot of patience, a lot of efforts, and it's only the mouth publicity which is going to win you more and more students over a period of time. So there is no easy money in teaching, okay? And it will only happen eventually when you start building up that name, fame, and reputation for yourself. That is the first thing. Second thing is, if you feel the second reason why people want to get into teaching is because they are very, 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 very passionate about it, which is something which I definitely endorse, that yes, you should start teaching, because you should do what you are passionate about. Okay, even if there's less money, be it. Even if there is less opportunity, be it. If I am passionate about something, money and opportunities will come. This is something magical, a divine power from the Almighty, that if you do things which you are passionate about, rest is taken care of. Rest is taken care of by God. So let us assume that you want a mix of both. You are passionate also about teaching and you want to generate some income also from that. So now there is a strategy which I would suggest you. Suppose you have recently qualified CA, or maybe you have just qualified CA in the last couple of years, or you have qualified as a CS or a CMA, or you have done any other professional course. The best thing to do right now is to start with your corporate job, and along with that, you take up teaching. Which means teaching will right now be a part-time thing for you. Don't get into teaching with 100% commitment to it. Don't get into teaching. I mean, whatever portion of it you are doing it with 100% commitment, but don't depend on teaching as a whole and sole revenue generating profession for you. So you take up a job right now, and along with job, you should take out time on weekends, or maybe even in the mornings, if you can take a class from 7 to 9:30 and then go for your office. That is how I suggest you start. Because for some people, it is difficult to even understand if you're really passionate about teaching, or is it just the money which is working as a driving force. So first thing, we need to figure out if we're really looking at teaching as a career choice out of passion, or whether we are just looking into it for some money making machine. So that is the first thing you should do. You should start with working in a good corporate house, along with that take up teaching opportunities as and when they come. Now there are a lot of institutions. Okay, I won't spell out any name in this video, but there are a lot of institutions which give you teaching assignments chapter wise. So you first have to pick up your subject of choice and then tell them which all chapters you want to teach, and then those chapters will be given to you, and you can take maybe weekend classes and for IPCC and for final as well. But generally people hire you for IPCC first, and maybe they pay you on hourly basis, and for places like Mumbai, Bangalore, they will pay you something between 500 to 1000 rupees for every hour of teaching that you do. And depending on your experience, you can go close to 1000 rupees also, to just to start with. And you should take up opportunity, get started first with a small batch size, see how it works for you, work very hard. If unless you yourself feel that you are prepared for it, don't take up the opportunity. So first you have to do preparations at your end. Then these institutions, most of the times they get a demo session done by you. You have to prove yourself in that, and then you can slowly and steadily get into these institutions. Do have this overlapping period for around 6 months to 1 year, wherein you are working also in the corporate house and you're teaching also. So only once you get into the teaching profession, you understand what future you see in that. Are you actually enjoying the process? Do you think you can teach only for 2 to 3 hours a day, or you think you are seriously given time for this? Then ask yourself, do you think you can do this 365 days a year? Do you think you can teach the same stuff so many times? Because I get questioned a lot. How can you teach the same thing so many times? What is keeping you so motivated? What is keeping you so much like inclined into teaching when you have to teach same thing again and again? And I really have only one thing to answer to this. Good that you don't understand this, because if you understand this, then I will have much more competition. And I'm really happy that I don't see people being passionate about it, because yes, for people like me, it works like this. Every time we go on to that platform to teach, it is such a divine feeling, it is such a heavenly feeling, that every time I stand up on that podium, I stand up on that stage, and I put in 200%, because for me the only objective is I have a new set of people sitting in front of me, and I have to inject in all the knowledge that I have into their brains. That is how it is for me. Yes. And so this but takes some time. How much is the punch, how much is the positivity, the aura, the vibes, how passionate are you about that, how much is it really it goes beyond money after a point of time, where you just want to do the best, you want to be the best for a particular subject. And that is something which only eventually we understand when we sustain over a couple of years. So don't quit your job and get into teaching just to discover that teaching was just a passing by phase in your life. Because then once you quit your job, you get into teaching, you spend a couple of years over there, and you later discover that you are not meant for teaching. If you again plan to come into corporate, it becomes really difficult for you to get one good opportunity for yourself, because there is a big question mark where people ask you, what were you doing for last 2 years? And under no circumstances it can be taken as a valid excuse that you were experimenting teaching people at that point of time. Okay, so first suggestion is, have an overlapping period where you teach by taking up assignments from some institutions, and at the same time you continue with your corporate growth and experiences. Second is, what if you want to start independently? If you want to start, I would say don't invest in a setup. Okay, I'm giving you $1 million advice here. Now what has happened is, with advancement of technology, you are blessed, which when we started, we were not blessed like this. So what you can do is, you can simply hire a camera person. Now you can just get your classes recorded. If you are very confident about yourself, you don't want to work under anybody, get your classes recorded by a professional camera person, post a couple of videos on YouTube, and then slowly and steadily start selling your classes on different platforms. Yes, now we have a lot of online portals which are willing to sell your classes, and they go for sharing of profits. So you record your classes. There are people who provide you professional services for recording of classes. There are people who do editing of your classes, and there are people who do encryption of your classes for safety measures. Once you're done with that, there are different platforms available online which will sell your classes on your behalf. They have the database, they have to do advertisements, they have to take the admin issues in their hand. You only have to deliver your classes, along with the link of your classes, maybe on Google Drive, or you can record your classes on pen drive and you can start selling it. So technology has given you this opportunity of being independent, make literally zero investment in fixed assets, and still record your classes and sell them across to students from across the country. But then you need to understand one thing. Today I'm recording this video, and tomorrow you listen to my video, day after tomorrow you plan to record your classes. You need to understand one thing. It is the first time which is a golden opportunity for you, where you have to present yourself to the students in the best possible manner. If you first time itself you record your classes in haste and people don't find you good, once they develop that notion about you that you are not a great faculty to study from, then you understand to wipe off those bitter experiences and to re-inject your better image in front of them might take you a decade or so. So only when you get 100% sure that you can deliver, because you're teaching for a professional course, only then you should record and officially make your classes available on any platform. Till the time you're not 100% sure, do some informal teaching, do some teaching with small group of people sitting and studying from you. Do some demo lectures, get comfortable, get fluent with the subject. First, you should be convinced that what you are delivering is really making sense. It has a lot of magnitude, it has a lot of gravity. Even on ethical grounds, we should not be committing to teach a subject where we know we are not doing justice to the students. So we have to be 110% prepared first, and only then start selling our lectures. So this is a very good platform where you can record your classes independently and you can start selling them on online portals, on different online portals. Or if you just want to right now go and teach physically to students, then better join some institutions which are hiring faculties on hourly basis. Go get associated with them. But under no circumstances for first 1.5 years of your teaching, you should get disconnected from corporate houses. This is my suggestion to you. Apart from that, you people have my number. I'm always more than interested, more than available to guide you in what better ways you can make a career in teaching. Okay, so I hope this video serves your purpose, and do share your views on this, and let me know what more topics you want me to cover in my videos. Till then, bye-bye. God bless all of you. Thank you.